So today we're gonna take a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. This is a remake video of my original episode 1 of my Wixo because it's pretty bad. So I thought, since episodes 1 through 11 are that ass, I thought I'll just remake them. And that's how we're here. So yeah, let's get started. As if this weren't a remake. So when I look at this map, I think, where has a Wixotuber never started their own Wixo in? Like, what specific point they not started in? And then I thought, oh yeah, I know just the place. Portugal. So yeah, that's where civilization is going to be starting over. So some people will just show up here. They are just there. They are like cavemen, the earliest versions of humans, and they are just exploring their surroundings. They started in modern day Lisbon, Portugal, and they are just gonna try to explore to see what exactly is going on here. They make it over there, and the tip of Portugal over here, and now they decide to set up a civilization here. And I'm gonna make them red because the most important principle of Wixos, the first country has to be red. You can make it blue, but everyone would be less forgiving. Red or blue? Blue is the minimum. If you make any other color, get out. But yeah, this civilization starts to grow exponentially, and they start to stretch out thin in these coasts. They also decide to explore inward, or to figure out what exactly is going on here. And decide to stretch out thin over here, and they find deserts, and they're like, what is this new terrain? They've never seen this before. So they decide to retreat and just hold off on exploring there for later. They do decide to go up into modern day Galician lands. They decide to go along the coast from there, and they decide to send over some explorers here so they can maybe meet up. So they turn north, they turn south, and they manage to meet, which is good for them. But now they decide to slowly explore more in the south, making it to the Gibraltar tip, and figuring out that Morocco, or Africa as a whole, is a thing. They just explore a little bit more, or they explored all of that, which is a hefty chunk. And they make it up till there, till they decide to expand again. They decide to stretch out till the Galician tip and the Moroccan tip, and they will make it up till there because desert. So they thought, let's just go around the coast for now. And the main leader of this, I guess, faction of sorts, is telling people, just go through the desert and see what you can find. And that's what they do. They explore for a while, and they don't find anything. And some of these people are like, okay, maybe we should just turn back. But they decide to preserve. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but they managed to make it to the Mediterranean Sea. Oh, they kind of already did that down here, but we'll just ignore that. Some people will like settle around here, and they decide to set up a colony of sorts of the red team over here, and yeah, the red team doesn't know about this colony, so they think that they're lost. So they send people over there, and they figure out, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, good job." And using this colony of sorts as a base, they explore more along the Catalan coast and make it up till the French coast. And since there's ocean here and there's ocean here, these guys are thinking, well, maybe it meets up. So they send two expedition or explorers to investigate this area, and sure enough, it does meet up, and they explore all of that. But now, how this colony is now rejecting supplies from the red team, the mainland. They think that they can survive on their own, and the red team is like, okay. They decide to explore over here, see what exactly is happening over here, and they make it to the Bay of Biscay and meet up over here, and yada, they explore that. And now this colony is starting to feel like they would be better off on their own. So they decide to break away from the red team and form the blue team. The red team doesn't really care since they did not value that colony all that much. And for now, they are just gonna decide to let it be for now. These guys are going to expand and along the coast of Colonial, and this Iberian coast right here. These guys are starting to get very big very fast. And if you know anything about early civilizations, is that if you get too big, you might just implode. And these guys are conscious about that. And so they decide to stop expanding for now and to explore more. This blue team works together with the red team to explore the Moroccan coast, and they're going very slowly. And they decide to separate. The red team explore this side, and the red team explore the other side. And the blue team gets a bit lazy and just stop around there. But the red team, they decide to keep going. And keep going they did, because wow, they're starting to get out far. Like, it doesn't even show on the screen. They make it to here, and they decide to stop here for now. And these civilizations are making great progress so far. The reason the blue team did not want to go in Africa so much is because they wanted to explore more of this Mediterranean coast, and that's what they're doing. So far so good for the blue team. They decide to explore more of this land and then mountains, and so they decide to keep going, and then the Alps. So they decide to explore in Africa for a bit. And they think they have had scouts go here, so they think maybe they'll meet up like this. And so that's what they do, and they make it to the tip of Tunisia, and they're like, oh, well, that sucks. And since the blue team is focusing so much on exploration, the southern area of the blue team feels as they are not getting in the needs that they need because this upper area of the blue team has it far better off than the southern half. So, the southern half of the blue team is going to decide to break away on its own, and if I can get on the right layer, the yellow team breaks away from the blue team, and the blue team is not gonna let that just happen, and the blue team is going to fight the yellow team for their independence, and this war is basically just back and forth, but the yellow team has the upper hand, and for a bit, since they have the support of the people, so they managed to push back the blue team till here, and the blue team is like, all right, you can have your independence, just let us live, please. And the yellow team is okay with that. Next up, the yellow team is not gonna be focused that much on exploring, and like the blue team, they're actually gonna take care of their citizens and expand into Iberia more. Well, they make it about there until the citizens are starting to get unhappy and they don't want what the blue team happened to them to happen to them. I said love them. That's weird. Now, what has the red team been up to? As we haven't heard from them in quite a while. Well, what the red team has been doing is expanding their nation, and of course into Iberia, because what else would you expect from the land gobblers or the red team? And they decide to stretch out a bit more over here, and decide to meet up with the border of the yellow team and set up a small little area here in the tip of Morocco to see if they can expand there better. The red team has also been working to explore the area around the Bay of Biscay, and they make it to Brittany, and they decide to set up a colony here, and the red team doesn't have a good track record with colonies so far, so they are going to make sure that this one does not break away, and if it does try to break away, then they'll have to fight for their independence, because the red team is not gonna let them go that easily. So they are just gonna have a little thing up here. So good for them. Next up, the yellow team is gonna make a faulty operation in the blue team. Basically, the yellow team is gonna send some quote-unquote explorers into the blue team and say, hey, can we explore all the way over here? And the blue team, thinking that they are their explorers, are gonna think, oh yeah, sure, have this equipment. The blue team has better exploring equipment than the yellow team. And so now the yellow team is gonna send people over here to explore, and then they'll come back to them and send the blue team. And what are those explorers going to do, you may be asking? Well, whoops. They are going to be exploring along the Italian coast, going around the Alps, and going around the Italian coast, and decide to go through the mountains, ending up at this tiny boot part. What is this part called? Well, yeah, these explorers end up here, and they decide to ditch the yellow team and form their own country, because they don't want to deal with the chaos with the yellow team and their shenanigans and things they have planned. So they are going to set up a civilization on the other side of this mountain. But this civilization is one of the more united ones per se. Yeah, that's gonna leave that be. The explorers that are still here are gonna decide to explore along the coast of Italy, exploring the blue completely, and finding like the Naples area. What are people from Naples called? I don't know. I might look that up. But yeah, they discovered the full boot of Italy and Sicily, and are now, and the green team with the yellow team, well, actually blue team equipment, and they have boats. So they're going to go through here, hoping to find something, and they find yellow team here, and they're like, "Who are you guys?" And they're like, the yellow team finding out about this betrayal is gonna be mad, but they are going to let it go since they don't have the capacity to do anything about that, so they are just gonna leave them be for now. Why were those explorers here, you may be asking, dear viewer? Well, it's to explore the coast of Tunisia, of course. Or why else would they be here? And they make it to the Libyan coast over here, and they decide to stop there. But they don't exactly know where they came from. They make it to about there, and then they get lost. And they have to camp out for a while, hoping to find their home, but they can't. And over time, sovereignty develops within them, and they decide, you know what? Let's form our own country here. So they explore a bit more of this land, and make a country here. Now, what color should I use? Instead of the obvious color, I'm gonna make them gold. Yeah. So, a gold team finds its way into Africa, and now the yellow team is like, wait, what happened to those guys now? And the yellow team finds out, and they're like, maybe we're just not cut out for exploring. And that's why you won't see the yellow team exploring for a while. Next up, the blue team is going to explore a bit more of this French area, and they decide, hey, you know what? This is pretty fertile land, what we've got down here. Let's expand over here. And they do that, and now they are pretty feeble right now. Like, well, we are in a pickle. Well, this area is very costly to maintain. So now, these guys are broke. Yeah, these guys are brokies. And maybe someone might take advantage of that in the future. Who knows? Next up, this green team is going to make a few expeditions, and one along this coast and one along the other. They send a few boats here, and they discover Albania, and they're like, whoa, that's pretty cool. And then another group over here discovers Croatia, and they're like, this is pretty cool. And they basically meet up. So basically, they discovered the entirety of the Adriatic Sea. And the green team spent a lot of money on that area. So, well, basically, they can't afford or to bring back the explorers through boats. And some people are who want to go back are like, hey, we're not going through the Alps to get back again, and I don't want to go through sea. I'm just staying here. So some people make the treacherous way back home, while some people decide to stay here. And those people are gonna be Croatian, and they're gonna be purple. So yeah, the green team accidentally started in a purplish country over here, and they're like, sigh, whatever. I doubt this country will have any plot relevance in the future of the series. Huh? Fourth wall break? Interesting. I decided to make this border a bit better because it was looking a bit, if you know what I mean. And that will be it for today's episode of What If Civilization Started Over remake. Please leave a like and subscribe, smash the notification bell, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye.